Like, watch anything else. Watch me playing Pokemon if that's what you like to watch. Like, I don't just play just Pal World. I play Pokemon too. But if you just see one side of the coin, there's no point. And that's why anytime I find a new game kind of thing, I look at two different ways of looking at it, though. Is this a game that I'll have fun with? Yes. Then while I am playing the game, I go, is this worthwhile to record? Like, am I going to feel like it's not a chore to play the game? That's how I look at Enderal. I don't look at Enderal and go, oh man, I gotta record Enderal. Like, it's... I don't like the game. It's just so boring. No, I want to play Enderal. That's how I look at it. It's not a chore. It's something I want to play. Same thing with Oblivion. Oblivion, it's not a chore. It's something I want to play. Even this, despite the fact that I always make it sound like it's a chore, but it's not. I want to play Cobblemon, but it's just like there's nothing interesting going on, and I don't want to add any more mods because, well, the mods I've carefully put in here that weren't already in place of the mod pack that I used as the building block, I don't want to add too many more things because I feel like if I add more things, it's gonna be too bloated. There's gonna be too many things to do, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, I feel overwhelmed. And that's what happened when we ended up, I think it was when I was testing around with Pixelmon before they ended up going with, I think it was before 1.16 even was a thing. It was like a few months before it became a thing, I think, or something like that. Or when they were still experimenting with it. I was throwing in a bunch of mods, and then I threw in a lot of mods. I tried to make the series so much more interesting. I threw in what were the mods? It was Tinker's Construct. I was throwing in Twilight Forest. I was throwing in, so many things for someone to do in the game that, like, there was so much content, and it just kept on, like, it kept throwing stuff at it, kept throwing even more new content into the mod pack kind of thing, and I just kept throwing these extra things. I think there was an Aether mod, I think, that was out for 1.12. I threw that in there as well. Like, I threw in a lot of mods in there. I wanted it to be as adventurous and as fluid and as interesting as much as possible. And then it just got so bloated with content that I just said, you know what? I feel overwhelmed with the amount of content I just put into this, right? Like, in most games, usually they have like a number of content and how to streamline to get it to be perfect, right? But this, it just felt so bloated. It literally felt like a 5-year-old picking, like, grabbing every scoop of ice cream, putting it on a cone, and then the whole ice cream cone starts melting before they even got a chance to lick it because the bottom part is already melted, and they still keep scooping stuff up top because they just learned a new flavor and put it on top. That's what it felt like. Like, there was so many different things I wanted to add, but it got so bloated. It felt like there were so many things to do, and I felt overwhelmed. It's like, okay, there's like 30 different mods. They're all like all over the, like, everywhere in terms of like when you should progress, when you should do this, and a lot of the stuff was mostly near like end game and stuff like that, and other ones were mostly towards the beginning game, and other ones were just like you should do it near the mid game. And it's like, oh my word, like I felt so overwhelmed that I literally almost had a panic attack. Because I had a panic attack even though I'm not recording it. And it's like, oh my word, I felt so overwhelmed, and I was like, oh man, like how can I go and make this series good if I don't know what to start with? Like what series do I start with? Oh, yes, it's a grass gym. Thank you. I can actually use Staraptor for this one. And I can use Ninetales as backup. No, that didn't really work. Realize. Thank you. Aw, I thought I was gonna use its cool block move. Anyway. Wait. Oh, it doesn't tell me? Okay. I had a feeling it might have been like Hisuian Zoroark, and that's why Will-O-Wisp didn't work. But no. But yeah, but like that's pretty much what goes through my head anytime like before a series even gets concluded onto the channel, like before it even gets included to the roster, like it goes through a very huge, like in my opinion, it's very huge. It might not even be a very long process of like going through the list or the numbers kind of thing, going like, okay, what upload schedule is it going to be under? Is it going to be under the normal? Is it going to be under a new one? Is it going to be under this? Is it going to be under that? That kind of thing. And it's like, how frequently am I going to put it onto the channel? Is it going to be under a rotate schedule? Is it going to be... Like, it goes through a whole list of different mentalities kind of thing. And... And I don't really think that that's something that people really want to hear about, though. Like, would you like to hear the fact that, like, I prefer recording Oblivion over any other series? No, you don't want to hear that stuff. You want to hear when the next Cobblemon series is coming, or when the new Cobblemon session is going to be made, because you're more interested in that than you are interested in Oblivion. You don't care about Oblivion. Pff, Oblivion's almost a 2-decade-old game. Who cares about that one, right? But you care about the mod that came out 4 years ago. You care about that one more. It's like... I'm hoping this is enough. Yeah. Uh-huh. You know, this is supposed to be a grass gym. Not a, whatever you can find in the wild gym. I'm guessing... I'm guessing this gym is more of like what you can find in the plains biome. But again, like, one of the things that I always, that I'll always be able to tell people, like, for the channel, though, is that, like, anytime I play a game, one of the things that the game has to have be present kind of thing is that it has to have some form of save backup system. Because I like to keep that stuff. I do. I have some Minecraft saves I've kept from the early days, and if I don't have it as a save, I have my schematic of that build. And the reason why I keep that stuff is mainly because, like, it's memories. It's something I want to look back on in the future. So obviously I keep that stuff. I mean, look at Sancturia. Sancturia has my first ever base I've practically created in all of Minecraft. It doesn't have like my real first base, but the one that I technically did create before anything else, but that one was cheated and hacked, and that world never got backed up because that was way before I even thought of anything sort of even remotely close to this. So obviously I don't have that save. But that first world, technically, what all I pretty much did was that I inventory edited a bunch of brick blocks, made a house, and then that was it. And then I said, you know what? I might as well actually go and play the game. So that's exactly what I did. I played the game. And that base is the one that I ported over. Because that's the one that I am more happy about showing off. Like, out of every base that I've created in Minecraft, though, like, which ones am I more proud of? Are the ones that I built in survival. Like, obviously, they're going to be the ones that I am more so proud of. But, like, obviously, there is also some creative mode ones that I'm just as proud of. For my first ever base, that was all made in survival. Obviously, I'm going to be more proud of that one than I am going to be with Sancturia, because Sancturia is all creative mode. You're telling me that nobody can just change their game mode to creative and build the exact same thing? They probably could. And not to mention that majority of the things that are there were all already created technically, because I've already given out which ones that I've already used for it, right? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I technically didn't create all of Sancturia. A lot of this stuff was already created by other creators that were on Planet Minecraft. All I did is that I took all of their creations, put them all together, and created Sancturia at the end of it. Does that invalidate anything? Not really. Not unless you think of it that way, but like I still had to have the creativity to be able to put them all together. That's how I look at it. Like, I still had to figure out like where to use different areas and all that stuff. So I did. I used the resources that I had, and I created what I had. What I have now. And would you look at that? I created Sanctuary out of it. And all of the videos and all the other such stuff that I've used in order to build up what Sanctuary is now, they're obviously going to be as close to the description as much as possible. Because I do believe where credit should go to where credit is due, kind of thing. But the thing that I don't like about some of the stuff that I've seen online is the fact that some people are more widely known than the original creator of the creation. So this actually happened with my Pixelmon series, where I was going to build a house that I saw online that I really liked. I really liked the house, and I really liked the design of it. I wanted to rebuild it. In the middle of the construction, I found out that there are 30 different other places that have the same house, same schematic, same build. And then I found out that the one that's more commonly known, or the most commonly screenshotted ones kind of thing, was a copy from somebody else. So until I can figure out who was the original creator, I don't want to give credit to anybody until I find out who the original person was. Sorry, nobody's getting the credit for this one, because in my opinion, I don't want to give credit to the wrong person, and then that person who finds out that I gave credit to the wrong to the other guy comes after me because, hey, you should have done your research. It's like, I did! I looked everywhere! I looked everywhere, and every time I keep looking, I keep finding either the same image that leads me to the same person over and over again. And the only other thing is that, like, on one of the comments to one of those posts directed me to somebody else who made a video that showed a different way. And it's like, I'm confused now. Who's the original one? And this comment is saying that this is the original person who made the house, who made the video. But it's like, okay, but now I'm confused. Who's the original person, who's not? It's like, okay, you know what? Instead of me trying to go ahead and trying to figure out who's lying and who's telling the truth,